Welcome back to Making It with Minglet. Today we're on page 73 of our 100-day challenge of junk journaling with mixed media. So I added the postcard on on the half page on when we were doing page 72. That left me with this right here that needs some help. So I am going to use this strip right here, and this is a stencil that comes from PM Artist Studio. This particular one is, I think, Carrie Griffith's design, and I'm going to put that down. I'm looking at my colors. I've got some pink, and I've already got some pink on my palette, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to make that a pink rose. And I will need to get some green out for the leaves, and we're going to use a really bright green on this one. The first green I came to. We're going to keep it simple. This is Lime Tree with from Apple Barrel. I usually just order my paints when I order my groceries. Try to keep a variety of colors. I have some favorites, but then there's some that, if I see they've got some new colors in, I'll try them. You never know what you're going to pull out. And then sometimes I mix them together as you get down to the bottom. Sometimes I'll mix some colors together and come up with something totally unique and different. All right, let's see how that turned out. Nice. That's kind of nice. I think I'll pull it over and do... No, I want it this way. I gotta have it this way. It's gotta be upright. Go ahead and do that. Running out of pink. This one's going to be a little bit different pink. A pale pink. And that's okay too. We like our colors. We don't have to get stuck in one color and feel like we can't use another. That one didn't show up as well. Alright, we'll let that dry. We'll see what happens. We got to pick a quote. And this right here, I love this page. These are PM Artist strips. It's a breakfast thing. It came with the same as the oranges that I used prior. These are the waffles. So it's like a breakfast set. You get waffles, orange juice, coffee, and then the waffles. So it's kind of nice. Here's a good quote. Today is the beginning of anything you want. And I think I'll put that right there. We'll go ahead and glue that down while that paint's drying right there. I may come back over that with a different color and try to get that a little clearer. I can't believe I'm almost at 75 on this. When I started it, I thought, I've never done 100 days of anything consistently that I can remember. Of course, things that you have to do, like get up, go to work. I've done those things, but craft-wise, I'd never taken the 100-day challenge before, so I kind of thought it was. I thought it was a good time to do it. That's what it comes down to. I just thought, this is a good time for this. Now I had gotten out. These are the little strips. This is something bubbles. Can't remember exactly what, but it's something about bubbles. And I thought maybe I would maybe just put a little bit around this. To make like a border. Just a hint. And you can see it. It's just very, very pale. This one's loopy something, which is very suiting for me to use. And I have broken it because I've been rough with it, I guess. But it's okay. It's still got usable parts. It's very delicate. And I know this looks funny because this number was from a receipt and it's upside down. Might be a little bit confusing, but I like that better. Added just a little bit of white, that parchment in it. That gave it a little more oomph. You can tell when I'm serious. I get real serious and concentrating because I get very quiet. It's one of the few times I get quiet. Now I have this, and that's part of the stencil set from Kerry the Crafter. I just watched one of his videos recently where he was showing how he creates his painty papers, and it was starting with book pages, and it was lots of fun to watch. He just so methodically goes through and produces stuff, and it's really cool to watch how he kind of sections it off into different stages and makes it happen. If you've not watched Kerry, you need to pop over and see that one because it really gives you a lot of good ideas for how to, start things and work towards, getting a finished product. Oh, I haven't used this. I'm getting out things I have not used in a while, and it's making me happy. It's making me happy that I, have these things that I can get out and use. I'm going to put a little bit more parchment on here. And this is like part of a butterfly wing. I don't remember what it's called, but it was out of one of the sets. And I enjoy using them. I keep them in that tall vase on my desk because I really like having something that I can just reach for and not have to go to my notebook. I keep big stencils in a notebook. And when I get my gel plate out, I will get those out, get out what I'm going to use. Now, this is a little bit lighter than the blue that's on here, but I'm just wondering if I can get, scrap piece of paper here. We're going to make sure we get this right. We're not going to overdo it here. This stencil right here makes me think of stained glass. Very nice. Subtle, but powerful. Just putting a little bit of shadowing behind. Now there, I think I want it a little heavier because I don't want that barcode showing up in my artwork. And that way I've kind of knocked it back a little bit. Let's bring some of this over. Now my string, you can tell we're at the middle of this little signature here. All right, I am liking it. I think it's very pretty, and I'm pleased with the way it's turned out. So this is our page 73. Today is the beginning of anything you want it to be. And let me get it to where you can see the different elements here. In the Franken papers, I think this one is probably one of my very favorites. And that is dry enough. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can do something right here with this to maybe bring that out just a little bit more. Doesn't show all the pretty texture on it. Yes, that brought it out just a little bit. Alright, so I'm pleased with it. We're going to call it quits. Until next time, be well, my friends. Bye-bye.